1980s, and well, maybe the only team in the Nigerian Premier League never relegated in their entire history.
There are two teams. There are two. I think them and National. National. I think those are the only two teams that have never been relegated.
Never ever tasted the bitter pill of relegation, but of course they are flying antelopes, showing class in that game. Well, for most of that match, I actually thought that Heartland would come from behind because they fell 2-0 in the first half. I thought they actually were pressing the flying antelopes, and then
they did push.
They were now caught with a sucker punch.
Yes, that was what happened. And well, these are some of the results. Rangers did beat Heartland, the game we just saw, 3-1. Nasarawa United had a 1-0 victory over Sharks. Imba 1-0 victory over Sunshine. Nembe lost at home, surprisingly, to ABS. Warri Wolves had a 2-1 victory over Shooting Stars. Those are some of the results. And also Kwara, well, truly convincing, and Toma, the 2-0 victory over Bayelsa United. Gombe United had a 1-0 victory over Wiki Torres. Dolphins played a 1-1 draw with Kano Pillars. Lobby Stars and El Kanemi had to settle for the draw. It ended 1-1. And Kaduna United had a 2-1 victory over Aqua United.
Well, actually very strange that Nembe, who started on such a very bright note, maybe they have just received a taste of their own medicine, having to lose.
It's called initial gragra in Nigeria. It's called initial gragra. But these are the fixed. This is what it looks like on the table. Kano Pillars on top with 32 points, followed by Kwara United, who are in heady heights with 28 points. Bayelsa are in third position with 26 points. And Heartland are in fourth position
despite that loss
with 25 points.
Well, despite the loss, 25 points, but those are the bottom teams there. Lobby Stars played 17 matches, 22 points. Aqua United, 20 points. Wiki Tourists on 17 points, and propping up the league.
You say swimming in relegation water. The Sharks are swimming in deep, dark, murky waters of relegation.
Well, I mean, of course, Sharks would always be at home in the water, but then those are really not waters to swim in. So for picking all 3 points at stake on the road against Nembe City in Yenagoa, well, it's Abubakar Bukola Saraki Football Club of Ilorin.
Our team of the week.
Running away with the team of the week. Well, I would have given it to Rangers International, except for the fact that, they inflicted the heaviest defeat in the week. But then, maybe we're not giving it to them because it happened at home.
No, we're not. Nimbe we know how difficult it is to
win away
an away match in Nigeria. If you look at the table in Nigeria, fourth from bottom has 22 points. Second at the top of the league has 28 points. It just shows you how quickly things how quickly things can change in Nigeria. I've always been unhappy at the way we cannot really see teams dominating home and away because of the win at all costs at home syndrome that we have, that sees referees harassed or intimidated into giving questionable or ghost or phantom calls.
So the problem now is the problem now is with officiating, but more like the problem of security.
It's not even with security.
I think it's a general. It
goes way. It's all encompassing, but it all starts from the fact that how we run our league, and what kind of clubs we have, what kind of institutions, structures do we really have. I said this last week and I'll maintain it again. Ever since we started having politicians transiting the political terrain into sports, being given posts as club administrators, sole administrators, those kind of things, they now have to justify the fact that they are appointed by winning at all costs. They have to now be able to give something to their sports-loving governor, in quotes. They also bring that mentality of do or die in politics. They bring it into sports, and that has led to a lot of unholy things being done.
It's counterproductive.
Yes, I've spoken to some Nigerian referees. And he says if you know the tremendous amount of pressure brought to bear on them before every match, it's unbelievable the kind of things that they are subjected to, the kind of threats, the kind of inducements that they're.
And one thing also is that the results doesn't justify the amount of money being thrown around, being spent, and at the end of the day, people just win without developing these clubs?
Well, without focusing too much on the Premier League, some of the other clubs and leagues we usually succeed in neglecting, but that's the slide of league, results in the Nigerian National League.
Division A.
Well, of course, maybe we used to have Division 1, 2, and 3, but in the lower rungs we have Divisions A and B. So we start with Division A now. Kogi versus Teep, T-E-A-P there. 2-1 that one ended. Well, former Premier League campaigners Niger Tornadoes plying their trade in the lower rungs right now, not doing too well versus one of the oldest clubs in the country, Mighty Jets of Jos. Well, the Tornadoes falling to the Jets.